Baseball may seem like a chill game compared to other sports, but trust me, it's no stranger to jaw-dropping, heart-stopping moments. From pitches gone rogue to the only on-field death in MLB history, we're counting down the 20 weirdest and most unfortunate injuries in the MLB. These moments remind us that the diamond isn't always a safe place to be. Some of these injuries changed careers. Others left players, fans, and teams shaken to their core. So grab your peanuts and a beer, because this one's gonna hurt. Let's jump into the countdown of the 20 weirdest injuries in MLB history. Let's kick things off with Aroldis Chapman, one of baseball's most fearsome pitchers who found himself on the wrong side of a screaming line drive in 2014. A 100-mile-an-hour fastball came hurtling back at him, but before he could react, it slammed into his head like a runaway freight train. The silence in the stadium said it all. This was serious. Chapman recovered, but the sound of the ball smoking his head is something you don't forget. Still, this terrifying moment remains one of baseball's scariest reminders of how fast the game moves. Speaking of terrifying hits, our next moment left fans cringing for weeks. Baseball can be unforgiving, and in 1999, Tony Saunders experienced that firsthand in one of the most chilling moments in the game. While pitching for the Tampa Bay Rays, Saunders threw a pitch, and as his arm followed through, it snapped. The sound of his arm breaking echoed through the stadium as the crowd fell silent. Saunders' career was dramatically altered, and the incident serves as a harsh reminder of the fragility of an athlete's body. Up next, we shift from gut-wrenching arm snaps to a throw that leaves everyone in question. In 2017, Bryce Harper showed that even a seemingly routine play can lead to unexpected trouble. While throwing to what we think was intended for home plate, Harper suddenly pulled up clutching his left leg. It turned out to be a left hamstring tear, a frustrating injury that forced him to leave the game. Though not the most dramatic injury in MLB history, it serves as a reminder that even the smallest movements can lead to big setbacks in high-intensity sports. Up next, we shift from hamstring tears to a collision that leaves everyone holding their breath. In 2015, Michael A. Taylor's season took a painful turn. While chasing a deep fly ball, he collided with the outfield wall, resulting in a serious knee injury. Our next story uncovers the unpredictability of the game we love. In 2015, Zach Cozart's promising season took a sudden turn. While hustling to beat out an infield hit, he slipped on first base, leading to a weird knee injury. The mishap resulted in torn ligaments and ripped tendons in his right knee, abruptly ending his season. Cozart's missteps serve as a reminder of how quickly fortunes can change on the diamond. After Zach Cozart's painful slip at first base, you'd think the infield was the most dangerous place to be, but Hector Gomez proves that the stands have their own way of striking back. In 2015, Hector Gomez gave us one of baseball's wildest foul ball chases. Sprinting after a pop fly, Gomez dove headfirst into the seats near third base. The collision left fans stunned and Gomez shaken. Luckily, he avoided a concussion, but the impact ended his game early. It's one thing to sacrifice your body for the team, but Gomez turned it into an extreme sport. From risky dives to foul ball disasters, our next injury will make you cringe even harder. In 2017, Josh Donaldson reminded everyone that even a big hit can come with a big price. While smashing an RBI double, Donaldson pulled up awkwardly near second base, visibly favoring his leg. It turned out he had aggravated a lingering calf injury, one that had already kept him out of most of spring training and the season opener. The hit may have brought in a run, but it sidelined Donaldson yet again, proving that pushing through pain isn't always worth it. And speaking of painful doubles, our next player took things to a whole new level, literally. Baseball is full of high-speed action, but for Jackson Stephens, it was a terrifying moment when a comebacker drilled him in the head. During a 2022 game with the Cincinnati Reds, Stephens was hit by a line drive that came straight at him. The hit sent him to the ground, but Stephens, showing incredible resilience, walked off the field with help. Fortunately, he avoided serious injury, a sobering reminder of the dangers pitchers face on the mound. Next up, we go from a ball to the head to a painful sprint, literally. April 28, 2017, Adam Eaton turned a routine sprint to first base into a nightmare. Chasing a late-game hit, Eaton's foot twisted awkwardly as he reached the bag and collapsed like a cheap tent. It looked bad, and it was. The verdict? A torn ACL, a torn meniscus, and a high ankle sprain. Basically, his leg threw in the towel. The Nationals lost more than just the game. They lost one of their top players for the season. But what if the injury happens before the game? Our next player turned a warm-up into a war zone. Max Scherzer doesn't know the meaning of taking a day off. In 2019, during warm-ups, Scherzer took a ball to the face, leaving him with a swollen black eye. The next day, he pitched 7 innings of dominant baseball. One eye shut? No problem. Honestly, we're not even sure this guy feels pain. From black eyes to broken arms, let's see what happens when the ball really doesn't play nice. Sometimes baseball surprises you in the most unexpected places, and for Wilmer Flores, that surprise came in 2021 when he was hit by a ball outside the field. As Flores was warming up in the dugout, a stray foul ball came flying toward him and nailed him right in the forearm. Flores, caught completely off guard, got nicked with a surprised look on his face. Who knew you had to watch out for foul balls even when you're not in the game? And now, onto a moment where baseball turned into the Pain Olympics. William Contreras had no idea he'd be auditioning for the Pain Olympics highlight reel during this game. A batter's follow-through turned his left elbow into an unplanned target, leaving him shaking like he just touched a live wire. Despite the instant numbness, Contreras stayed in the game because apparently catchers are made of steel. It was a reminder that in baseball, you not only have to catch pitches, you sometimes have to survive swinging lumber. From a catcher in pain to being struck in the face by a foul ball, baseball never lacks scary moments. Baseball isn't all fun and games, and Gene Segura learned that when a foul ball smacked him right in the face while he was in the on-deck circle. The impact knocked him out cold, sending him crumpling to the ground. Segura went lights out, and the medical team quickly took charge. Thankfully, after being evaluated, Segura recovered, but it was a sobering reminder of how dangerous the game can be. For a moment, the only thing on Segura's mind was survival. In 2016, Steven Souza Jr. showed incredible hustle chasing down a deep fly ball, but instead of snagging a highlight reel catch, he collided full speed with the outfield wall. The result? A hip injury that sidelined him for several games and had fans wincing every time they saw the replay. Hustle like that earns respect, but sometimes you wish players would save their bodies for the next play. Our next player turned an outfield tumble into an unforgettable moment. In 2017, Dustin Pedroia's career took a devastating turn thanks to a slide from Manny Machado. The collision caused severe damage to Pedroia's knee, leading to recurring injuries that forced him to retire in 2021. The injury didn't just end a career, it sparked debates about the ethics of aggressive slides in baseball. For Pedroia, it was an unfair end to an incredible journey, but his impact on the game remains unforgettable. And now we're stepping into the top 5, where injuries take a darker, more unforgettable turn. Let's turn back the clock to 1967 when Tony Conigliaro was hit in the face by a 92-mile-an-hour fastball that shattered his cheekbone and damaged his retina. The Red Sox star's career was never the same, and the injury highlighted the dangers of stepping into the batter's box. Conigliaro attempted a comeback but couldn't reach his previous heights. And now, a Hall of Famer whose injury shocked the baseball world. Kirby Puckett was a legend, but in 1995, a fastball struck him in the face, causing vision issues that forced him to retire. The injury stunned fans and marked an abrupt end to one of baseball's greatest careers. It's hard to watch a Hall of Famer's career end this way, but Puckett's legacy remains untouchable. Up next, baseball's darkest moment that changed safety forever. This one takes us back to 1920, the only on-field death in MLB history. Ray Chapman was hit in the head by a Carl Mays pitch, and tragically, he didn't survive. The incident led to the adoption of helmets in baseball, proving how safety measures often come from the sport's darkest moments. And now, let's lighten the mood with a bizarre but dangerous moment at the plate. During a game in 2021, Dickerson stepped into the batter's box, and before he could even blink, a pitch from Hunter Green of the Reds smashed into his left hand. Ouch! Dickerson grimaced in pain, but like a true pro, and after a quick checkup, he was back in action, showing us all that in baseball, the game stops for nothing. And now the number one moment where outfield catches get weird. Baseball isn't for the faint of heart, and Tracy Thompson learned that the hard way when he attempted to snag a fly ball and ended up ripping apart his left hand. Thompson made a diving play in the outfield, crippling his hand against the ground. You could immediately see the pain on his face. Thompson's hand injury was just another reminder of how outfielders put it all on the line for that perfect catch, and sometimes the cost is a little more than just a bruise. And that's our list of the weirdest injuries in the MLB. From freak accidents to career and life-changing moments, these 20 injuries show that baseball isn't just about skill, it's about bravery. Each of these players faced adversity, and one paid the ultimate price. proving that the game isn't just played with bats and balls, it's played with heart. Which of these injuries shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more intense baseball moments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.